the recipe for our homemade turkey stuffing. What you see here is about 4 pounds of mashed potatoes with no salt, no pepper, no butter, no milk, just plain dry. Over here we have 3 boxes of turkey stovetop stuffing. Gave the kids probably about a bowl of it, so I'm guessing about 2.5 boxes left there. Got 1 large onion chopped up finely. We have about 3 to 4 celery stalks chopped up. A pound of bacon minus about 5 pieces. The leftover bacon grease. 2 pieces of burnt toast. About 1 tablespoon of poultry seasoning. 2 packets of chicken oxo. 1 tablespoon of salt. 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Over here we have the turkey already prepped up with the salt, pepper, butter on it, and the bacon as well. Now we got to get to mixing this all together. So first off, I usually put the dry ingredients right into the potatoes, starting with the poultry seasoning. And I'm mixing it in my roaster because it makes sure to get everything all evenly into the mixture. That was the poultry seasoning. This is the salt. This is the 2 packets of chicken oxo. Tripping over my words there. And this is the onion powder. Now the next thing I'd want to mix up in here is I want to take these 2 pieces of burnt toast. And no, it's not going to make your stuffing taste burnt. We're going to scrape them together. Now this stuffing recipe comes from my grandparents, and my mother added the stovetop to it to her way, and then when I came to growing up and making my stuffing, I decided to add in the celery and the bacon. So it's 3 generations passed down, just tweaked a little bit. Now I believe this whole burnt toast, which comes down from the latest generation of the grandparents, I believe that is just for coloring, to make your stuffing a little on the darker side. Okay, now that's scraped pretty good, and that's enough there. We'll set that aside. If you wanted to put it in, you can put it in. If not, you can just set it aside. But I think that I have enough stuffing that I can set it aside without it not being enough. I'm going to break this down a little bit because it's now clumpy, and that's one thing I should have said first about the stuffing when you make your 2 boxes of stuffing. 3 boxes of stuffing. When you make your stuffing, instead of following the directions, I would suggest to only put in about a 1/2 cup per box of stovetop. That way it's still dry, so that way when it's all mixed up, the turkey juices are going to go into it all together and it's not going to be all mucky. So we're going to add in the bacon. Let's crumble it up here. It's already pre-cooked bacon, chopped up. We're going to add in the onion. I'm going to try to break that up with a little bit with your hands there so it's not all clumped up inside your stuffing. Now if there's anything here that you don't like, you can just omit it, or just to put whatever you might like in there for your taste buds. This is how we like our stuffing. Celery helps keep the stuffing nice and moist. And lastly, but not least, the bacon grease. Now this just gives it a little bit of extra flavor, and like I said, we didn't put no butter in the potatoes, so just make use of what we got, and it adds flavor. I'm going to mix this up right quick. I'm trying to sort of chop it in to keep it choppy there. First, make sure all that stuff gets all mixed in together. It's looking nice. This stuffing is a long process to have to make it all, but if you like your stuffing and like it a lot, flavor is totally worth the taste. I use my masher a little bit to make sure that it's in really nice. Now I'm making a large turkey, and that's the reason why I put my onions and my celery in raw, because I have to cook it for a really long time. Now if you're only making about a 10-pound turkey or anything smaller, I suggest that you cook up your celery and your onion beforehand a little bit prior to putting it in. A little mix around the corners here and make sure that we got it all. We don't want no bland pieces of stuffing in there. Alright, lastly, we're going to add in this stuffing. It gives it an extra kick. Now, I didn't add any savory seasoning into this stuffing because there's already savory that's into the stovetop mixture. So I didn't want to overdo it there. And we're done with that. Alright, I think I might want to use my spoon for this one. Yeah, oh, I almost forgot to add something in here. I knew there was something I was forgetting here. And lots of pepper, because we really like our pepper here. But that's lots of potatoes and ingredients, so that really isn't truly that much pepper. It's getting a little tough to mix up here. And if it is getting a little bit tough, you can always add a little bit of butter or, you know, whatever you might like to stew. Or even turkey broth if you have any, or chicken broth, just to cook it up a little bit. But like I said, it's nice to have it a little bit dry so your turkey juice go in it and get some flavor and perfect texture. So this is the turkey stuffing. I'm going to give it a quick mix with my hands because, well, it all boils down to I got to stuff the turkey with my hands anyways. Give this a good mix, just like it was hamburger or something that you were making cabbage rolls with rice. Alright, the preparation of this turkey stuffing is done. I'm going to take this now and roll it into some balls. Now, like I said, the turkey's large, so I can fit them in there quite nicely. If they're this big, you might have to make them a little smaller. Let's take a walk down here to the turkey. And like I said, the turkey's already prepped. It's bacon on it. Make sure that it goes back there nicely. And go back and get some more. And this turkey can fit quite a bit of stuffing, as you can see. But some people like the moist stuffing, and then there's the other people that like the dry stuffing that kind of comes on the outside. So when I stuff my turkey, also from having the turkey falling apart, it stays moist on here once I stuff it with the stuffing and along here, which you'll see when I'm done towards the end. I think really what makes this stuffing taste the best is the bacon though. But that's probably just the Canadian in us. Everybody likes bacon. This is the last little bit that I was telling you about that I'd like to put around the legs so it keeps the skin that gets really thin in there. You see that? And it keeps it rather moist if you put this in here. Oh, I'm dropping stuffing into my stove. And that's it. That's our 2013 Christmas turkey.